one down. Got one down. I possibly hit two. They were both lined up. We're going to give it just a minute, see if the other ones will come back. Back straps, baby. Alright guys, we just got out of the stand. It was getting right to the end of our set anyways. We had 3 does come out on us. They were probably 60 yards away. Fortunately, 2 of them were able to line up. I think we made a good shot and got 2 down. 1 deer dropped, the other one buckled pretty hard. So it looks like we possibly got 2 deer with 1 shot. So we're gonna walk down here, see if we can get a blood trail and see if we can get our deer. Stick with it. Alright guys, we got our deer. It's a big old fat doe. We're a little distraught, not sure where we hit this deer at. We've actually got to go track the other one now. Now we found this one. This was the one that dropped when the trigger was pulled, and the other one took off. Like I said, they were lined up, tried to get a good heart shot on both of them. But this one we got up to, we actually jumped her, had to shoot her a second time, but we was able to retrieve her. So we're gonna get her drug out of here and go see if we can find the other one. All right guys, we have tracked this second deer. I'm gonna guess 2 miles. And we'll get in spots where there's really, really good blood, and then we'll get in spots where she's just barely bleeding. It's just a speck or two. And we'll go another 30, 40 yards, and then we'll have really good blood again. We came up on this deer, and we was probably about 40 yards from her. And she stood up. We could tell that the first shot, since this was the second deer behind the first one that we've already recovered, we could tell it wasn't a mortal wound. She actually heard us coming through where we were at. She stood up. We went to make a second shot. She took off running. We completely missed her on the second shot. She's still bleeding, but it's definitely not a mortal wound. Judging by the way she blew at us, her tail was up as she was running away. She's going to live to see another day. Now, it's never good to just wound a deer and leave it. Unfortunately, this was just not a mortal wound. However, on our way back up, I'll show you what I walked up on. That is a little teeny tiny coyote that is dead, and it's been dead probably a day or more, but I wouldn't say more than 2 or 3 days. Not sure what killed it, but I ain't complaining. Like I said, it's kind of a tiny coyote. Almost looks like a gray fox. I promise you, judging by the smell of it, that's a coyote. But always glad to get rid of these things. Looks like it's been shot in the gut, and it ran off and died. So whatever hunter shot that, congratulations. Good to get rid of them. We're gonna get up here and we'll show you this deer once we get back. All right guys, we got the first doe out. This was the first one we shot this morning. We did end up shooting 2 deer today with 1 shot. The way this deer was lined up, the second one, they were actually touching shoulder to shoulder. This one's right shoulder was touching the other one's left shoulder. The second one, unfortunately, took a couple steps forward as I was pulling the trigger. Hit this one directly behind the shoulder. And it went into what we believe is the left hindquarters of the other one. Of course, this one dropped where she was. She ended up getting back up and running probably 40, 50 yards down in the woods, but she finally collapsed again. We did have to put another shot on this one, unfortunately. We ended up shooting this one again with the pistol in the neck just to make sure she was down. But the other one we got on the blood trail, I guarantee you we tracked it for 2 miles or better. We did get within, say, 30 yards of it. Ended up trying to put another shot on it, but it was running. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to recover that deer. Now, the good news is the deer will live to see another day. It was not a mortal wound on it. Anytime that you attempt to kill 2 deer with 1 shot, you really need to make sure the kill zones are lined up. With these 2, they were. It's just at the very last second or millisecond, if you will, the back deer actually took a step forward. Hopefully you'll be able to see that on camera, on the gun cam itself. But we got us a big old doe here to add to the buck we shot the other day, and so we're going to have plenty of meat for the freezer. Thankfully, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, so we'll have some back straps for Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I've got some people that's been begging me for some jerky. So this big old fat doe here, she's probably going to be all burger and jerky. So, but I appreciate you coming on this hunt with us. Hopefully, we still got another month of season left. So hopefully we'll get us a couple more kills. So guys, appreciate you coming on this hunt with us.